I can't tell you the number of people where like I like the magic that they're playing and they're like a good streamer and they're entertaining, but like I just turn them off because I can't stomach listening to whatever music they're playing. No, I'm just running back card for card the deck list that we played before. A toolbox deck like this, especially when I'm not in an archetype I'm not really familiar with, I want to get in a good number of games before I start making changes to a deck like this, because I want to try and understand why all the bullets are what they are. And I understand why Caleb does the music, right? Like, what Caleb does is technically breaking his Twitch partner agreement, but he makes a ton of money doing it, so, you know, more power to him, I guess. Sing me some Paramore. Would be some kind of misery business. There you go. Yeah, it seems decent. It's missing colored mana, but it's hard to pass up an Ensnaring Bridge hand. Our big streamers, basically Twitch has taken a mostly hands-off approach. Basically, they can say we told them not to do it and we mute them after the fact, so we're trying. But basically, it's going to be one of those things I'd be willing to bet where someone at some point is going to get sued for it, because a lot of large streamers are making significant amounts of money using other people's work, basically. They're basically using other people's content to supplement their own. Ghost Quarter is better than Evolving Wilds. Ghost Quarter is actually just a straight fetch land. Yes, yeah, Caleb takes donations for song requests. And a lot of streamers do that. That's very common. It's very common for streamers to take donations to song requests. No, I'm playing card for card the deck list that we played last time. It does only get basics, that's true. I don't know what the tank here is for. Okay, we're taking that so they can kill this later. Well, that was a great draw. Do I even want to play this out? I think I am going to play this out because I don't want them to be able to double discard spell me next turn. All right, so just gonna go ahead and thin the island out of my deck here. So you can Ghost Quarter your Darksteel Citadel, and the Darksteel Citadel's indestructible, so it lives. So we just get to go ahead and use this as a basic fetch land here. I think my favorite thing is when people talk about, well, like, the people that make the music don't mind because they get exposure. If the musical artist wanted to get paid in exposure, they would license their music so it was free to stream. Like, if they were actually content getting paid in exposure, they would license their stuff in a way that made that happen. All right, so I'm drawing another card here so we can try and work our way towards an Ensnaring Bridge. This Expedition map can also go get Academy runes here. No, even, yeah, and I feel like anyone that's willing to make the free exposure argument has never tried to live off of things they make. The deck plays Oboro because Oboro is a pseudo filter land if you have another land drop in a turn. So like if this is already in play, you can make blue with it and then return it to your hand with a colorless land and then replay it and make another blue with it. I didn't make the good play Gene Pork because I didn't think about that line. Thank you for pointing it out. I appreciate that. Sure, I'm not saying that exposure doesn't exist. I'm saying that if the artist that made that music wanted to get paid in exposure, they would license their stuff so they could get paid in exposure from it. That's the argument I'm making. Yes. Things are going well for me today. I'm having fun playing some good Magic. Playing some sweet Magic. Yeah, nice Terminate. Sweet card. We could get burned out of this game. We could definitely getting in a position where we could get burned out here. So we're gonna take 8 here. Put Ensnaring Bridge on top of my deck. And then we'll cast Ensnaring Bridge and then Whir for a Welding Jar here, because I have a second one of those in my deck. Well, they need 2 answers here, chat. They need 2 answers, so I get to get a Welding Jar here. Bob is on our side, that's true. Yep, and then we put map on top of our deck, and then we map for the transmute land, and the transmute land gets Chalice of the Void. We could die here. Hey, CNB Magoto G, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I do appreciate that. There's a lot of excellent streamers out there. Thanks for putting your fun money towards my channel this month. So it's card for card, the same deck list we played previously. So we're dead to Lightning Bolt here. We're dead to another Kolaghan's Command. So do I want to... If I put map on top of my deck here... Do we just put the jar back up? It's probably just put the jar back up. Yeah, we know they don't have a bolt right now, right? Now we go land, and then we go Welding Jar. We do have an Inventors Fair in our deck. Next turn, I can put map on top, and then that's still really slow. It's still really slow. There's no way I'm just supposed to take draw steps, is there? Because, like, Whir's really good. I have a lot of actual just draws that are pretty good, right? I suppose I could also just map for the... Yeah, maybe I'm just actually supposed to go map and then play the land that gains me health. Yeah, I think that's the line. And then the next turn, I can use that land plus 4... Yeah, I think we just go get Inventors Fair. Inventors Fair makes us not dead to Kolaghan's Command after a turn. Well, what's it called? Witchbane Orb protects us from Liliana, and it protects us from Lightning Bolts. So we got 2 turns to go get Witchbane Orb. Yeah, Witchbane Orb stops Lily ult. Major Bolt. That's fine. We were racing against that. That seems fine. So next turn we would have been able to... If we would have drawn a land next turn, we would have been able to crack this and put Witchbane Orb into play, which probably would have been the lock for game 1. So this is definitely a Spellskite, Welding Jar matchup. This is not a Grafdigger's Cage matchup. This is not a Tormod's Crypt matchup. Is Chalice actually very good in this matchup? Yeah, that's why I said if I drew a land. Acidic Slime and Phyrexian Revoker do functionally different things, so you need to decide what you want that slot to do. Yeah, Padim's good. I had a Mox Opal in play. Hey, Eminem with the 5-month resub. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. I think I'm gonna trim this Pithing Needle. I don't think Chalice is very good. It's just okay. I don't think I want all 4 of them. Oh, Chalice is good at beating Grudge. That's good to know. Do I want this other Tezzeret? I don't think so. Must have been like this. I'm gonna cut a Spyglass and bring in this other Tezzeret. I'll leave in 1 to search up. Maybe I'd rather have Needle than Spyglass. I'm probably not putting Chalice on 1 anyways. Yeah, that seems reasonable. I don't think we really need Sun Droplet. I have Spellskite, and I'm boarding in. I have Witchbane Orb in my main deck. Yeah, I'm gonna leave a couple Chalices in because like having them to search for seems fine, but I don't think I want to be drawing a bunch of them naturally. Jackson99 with that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. There's a lot of excellent people streaming on Twitch right now. I appreciate you choosing to put your fun money towards my channel this month. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You don't... I feel like everybody looks at this deck and is like, oh god, I need to put win conditions in this deck. I need to put win conditions in this deck. Win conditions aren't this deck's problem. Stop trying to win the game, chat. Winning the game happens eventually once you've figured out how to not lose the game. Once you figure out how to not lose the game, you're gonna win the game. So like, just focus on not losing. Don't focus on not losing. Or don't focus on winning, focus on not losing. Sorry, I was inverted there. Win conditions are for closers, right? There's a deck list on your screen. Our hand was good. Our hand was good. Your turn late. Tezzeret is not the win condition. Try again. This is a fun game. This is a fun game. Tezzeret is not the win condition. Tezzeret is in our deck because a 5th copy of Whir of Invention. It's not actually how you win the game most of the time. You type !deck if you're on mobile. Or you can fumble your way to the information section. Ipnu Rivulet. Ipnu Rivulet is how you win the game, chat. Guess the win condition is how you know you're playing good Magic, right? Good and pure. Guess the win. Try and figure it out. If you haven't figured out the win condition, you're not thinking hard enough yet. Modern staple, indeed. This deck is back because I had significant donations to play it again. In fact, Justin sent another donation to play it again after this, but this is the last time we're going to play this deck until Damping Sphere releases. So I think Damping Sphere will be a really awesome addition to this deck's toolbox. So we're going to wait to play this deck some more until after Damping Sphere is on Magic Online. Yeah, Crucible recurs Ipnu Rivulet, and it also recurs your tutor effect. Yeah, I think I want to put the Damping Sphere in the main deck. I believe the sealed leagues start, what's it called? They start the 20th. Zach, I assume that's for your sweet deck. When your memes become bees. Sounds good. Sounds good. Hey, look. There's the tutor I was looking for, chat. So this is going to go get... Ooh, Scavenging Ooze is scary. Scavenging Ooze is scary. So that means they're gonna get to eat my Inventors Fair. So I only get one use on this Inventors Fair. Oh, that's actually really good for us. That's actually really good for us. My opponent's sequencing here was really bad. They should have, they should have used this on this in response to this before they did this to force me to get what I wanted to get and then push it out of my hand with Lily on the Veil. So my opponent could have sequenced in a way that would have put us in a really bad spot here. I think because they have this, though, they could make that line, that same line next turn. So I think I have to just go get Witchbane Orb here, because I think Witchbane Orb Bridge plus double Welding Jar means that my opponent's pretty locked out of the game. Well, that's pretty damn good. It's unfortunate that I have to play this Witchbane Orb. Yeah, I could crack this for 2. I could crack this for 2 and clear these, but then I lose my only Witchbane Orb, and that's not good for me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pass here. Destroying all the curses, right? The win condition is eventually your opponent gets frustrated and concedes. Ipnu Rivulet both makes blue mana and doesn't require black mana. Like, once you're ready to start winning the game with this deck, Ipnu Rivulet is fine. I wonder if we can kill them with this Bob. That'd be kind of great. Our win con's right here, chat. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, that's 1 jar down. 1 step closer to losing. No, Ipnu Rivulet, chat. I'm not joking. Ipnu Rivulet is the win condition. I wouldn't joke about something as serious as Ipnu Rivulet, chat. That's just tomfoolery. They haven't killed their own Bob because they're not close enough to dead yet. All right, things are getting a little dicey here now. Maelstrom Pulse means they're only one card away from being able to break our lockup here. Oh, I could check myself in Ghost Quarter to shuffle. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a good line. Thank you. The little tricks with Mishra's Bauble are really... There's a lot of them. My article going up on Friday will be talking about cards in Dominaria that I'm expecting could see some play in Modern. Whir of Invention. So this can get me a 4th blue. And then if I tap, I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can whir for up to 2 here. Do I just go get a Welding Jar? I think I just go get a Welding Jar, right? Just like be insulated here. I have Crucible of Worlds, but they have Scavenging Ooze, so... No, I think I just need to... Again, you always want to be asked... This works while it's tapped, right? Yeah. You always want to be asking yourself... I have 4 jars in my deck post-board. Keep up. We have 4 jars post-board. 4 jars and 2 Spellskites, chat. Keep up. You always want to be asking yourself, how do I lose the game? See, chat is currently worried about the Scavenging Ooze, and the Scavenging Ooze is going to prevent me from winning the game. I'm not ready to win the game, chat. I'm not ready to win the game. I am currently at the point where I am still trying to not lose the game. There's different phases. If my opponent has cards that they could draw to allow them to kill me, my goal is to minimize the number of draws that my opponent has at all times that allow them to get out of the lock that I have set up. We're not ready to win the game. We are still trying to not die. At some point, look at that. Look at that Culligan's command there. Look at that. I am so excited that I got this Welding Jar. I am so excited that I got this Welding Jar. If I wait to whir on their turn, they'd flip this and they'd shatter my bridge in response to me whirring. Opponent is slowly dying to Bob. You're not wrong. Yeah, Lily Ultimate is stopped by Witchbane Orb. For those wondering. Okay, don't care about Bolt. The enchantment allows us to discard artifacts to find other artifacts. All right, sweet. So their last card's Bolt. I wonder if they're going to edict themselves yet. Any artifact I draw here, basically, that's not super important, we're going to turn into another Welding Jar. Or we could just draw a Welding Jar. We can needle the Scavenging Ooze at some point. That is correct. We do, in fact, have a Pithing Needle in our deck that's going to name the Scavenging Ooze. Needle for Lily so he can't edict himself. That's... Maybe that's a thing I'm going to be interested in doing. That is jar number 4. We have 2 copies of Spellskite after this jar. We have 2 copies of Spellskite. I'm going to go ahead and thin my deck here. Nothing that needs red mana. No, they discarded the Bolt to their Liliana. Do I want to put Chalice on 2 in case they have Ancient Grudge? I could play this bridge out, or I could put a Chalice on 2 in case they have Ancient Grudge. Chalice on 2 prevents me from getting a Spellskite into play, but that's about it, right? I think that's about it. I could just cast this, but I could also... Chalice on 2 does not stop Abrupt Decay. This only gets things that cost 1 or less, chat. I kind of like Chalice on 2. Yeah, the bridge is kind of important. I could just, like, play the bridge out, too. Playing this bridge out means they can't Abrupt Decay through our bridges, but they get to do this. I'm gonna go get a Chalice. I think I want to go get a Chalice here. I could also just, like, clear their board with Engineered Explosives. Takes the Scavenging Ooze out of the equation, too. If how many 2-drops? I have exactly 2 2-drops. Nah, I'm just gonna put Chalice on 2. Feel like Ancient Grudge is their one way out of this game, so I'm just gonna cut that out, cut their lines out. Again, the question you want to be asking yourself at every point while playing this deck is, what does my opponent have that they can draw that beats us here? All right, what do I do to make it so that draw doesn't beat us? The current answer to the question is, my opponent draws Ancient Grudge and they beat us. All right, getting Chalice on 2 cuts them off of Ancient Grudge. Even if we draw Spellskite here, I could just discard Spellskite to Artificer's Intuition. All right, so what am I doing with this? God, there's just so many lines. So that can get Tolaria West, and we're out of Welding Jars. I already used my Inventors Fair, right? That was done this game. Yep. Academy Runes doesn't really accomplish much because they have a Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, Flashing Back Grudge is still 2 CMC. If I wanted to get EE, I should have just discarded it to this. I should have just discarded it to this. I could go get Pithing Needle. Yeah, let's go get Pithing Needle. Let's go get Pithing Needle. Alright, so we'll get Darksteel Citadel, and then we'll discard Darksteel Citadel to Artificer's Intuition. I should have just discarded the map to Artificer's Intuition. I guess I get to thin a land out of my deck this way. And now this dame's Scavenging Ooze. I'm currently up 40 seconds. I'm going to start playing faster to be up more than that. Scavenging actually prevents us from winning the game. We're not naming Liliana because I have a Witchbane Orb right here, chat. I don't know when we side in the portal. When I get there, I'll figure it out. Probably against combo decks. This deck is so much gasoline. Thank you for the 2-month Twitch Prime resub. I do appreciate it. Opponent concedes. Opponent decides they're not winning that game. We are down a game currently. Down a game. Welcome back. Thank you for the 2-month Twitch Prime. What am I doing? I think I'm happy with how we sideboarded. Do I want these Gear Appear Aether Grids? Do I want Gear Appear Aether Grid? I don't think so. I think Tezzeret's probably just better because he finds artifacts we want. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and run this back. Honestly, the way that game played out, I kind of wouldn't mind a Sorcerous Spyglass being in my deck. Yeah, I really love this Spellskite art. It's quite fantastic. Yeah, they do have a lot of ways to kill grid. I'm gonna do this. No, I want Chalice. I want Chalice to put on 2, chat. I want Chalice to put on 2. Seems okay. Not super exciting, but fine. It's a little bit sad that Witchbane Orb's in my opener, but I also have Tolaria West here with Academy Runes, so... Spellskite doesn't see as much play because it's not particularly good against the tiered decks in Modern right now. Gonna get this out here because I'd want this in play rather than getting it Inquisitioned. Because especially since I drew a second bridge, they might be inclined to Inquisition this this Opal away. Yes, under the new rule, you can in fact bolt your own Planeswalker, so it is legal play. So that's actually a really common misunderstanding because Magic is intuitive and easy to understand. Spellskite and Culligan's Command doesn't work the same way Electrolyze and Spellskite does. They work differently. And again, they work differently because Magic is a game that's intuitive and easy to understand as far as the rules are concerned. I did see the list. I don't have any experience with it firsthand, so I can't really say if it's good, bad, or otherwise. No, I haven't thought about putting shitty cards in my deck. Can you explain Culligan's Command Spellskite interaction? So, Culligan's Command and Spellskite interacts differently than Electrolyze and Spellskite because Culligan's Command has the word target on it twice, and Electrolyze only has the word target on it once. It's basically the TLDR. That's the TLDR on why Culligan's Command and Spellskite works differently than Electrolyze and Spellskite. Tom's gonna give you a full judgy explanation because Tom's an L2, but whatever Tom tells you is correct. You should listen to him. Deck Edge was a good draw, so I get to play this, and then I'm gonna go Expedition Map into Witchbane Orb here. And then next turn, I get to go... Ooh, that's really bad for me. Okay, I was gonna say next turn we can go Crack Map, get, we could go Crack Map, get the transmute land, transmute for a Welding Jar, and have Welding Jar set up, but the Culligan's Command getting our last 2 bridges there is pretty brutal. They can't cast green spells, though, because I'll be able to use the Tolaria West, or the Academy Runes to flip a bridge back on top. Well, they literally have Scavenging Ooze in play, chat. A for effort, though. You tried. You hashtag you tried. So what do I do here? Do I just play this Tolaria West? I think I just play the Tolaria West, right? I could get Engineered Explosives. Engineered Explosives is really slow, though. I think I'm going to play the Tolaria West, and what my line here is going to be, it's going to be end step, put an Ensnaring Bridge on top of my deck, and then untap upkeep, put Ensnaring Bridge on top of my deck, hoping they don't draw another green source here. And if they do draw another green source, I can end step Inventors Fair for a Pithing Needle for the Scavenging Ooze. So if they draw a green source, we're going to Pithing Needle, we're going to Inventors Fair for Pithing Needle. And if they don't draw a green source, we're going to end step, activate runes, untap, activate runes. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack this map here, right? They probably just clicked through their combat by mistake. All right, so what am I getting here? I think I'm just getting like a Ghost Quarter here. I guess I get Tolaria West for later. I have enough to, so this is 3, and then, oh, I actually need to get, because I cracked this, I actually need a land, right? Yeah, I actually need a land, so I'm gonna get Ghost Quarter here. I need to play a little bit faster. So upkeep, because my Mox Opal actually isn't active right now. My Mox Opal is currently off. Because I cracked the map. So maybe I'm supposed to hold the map there? I don't know. Getting the Ghost Quarter is not terrible. If I would have waited to crack the map, I could have gotten a Tolaria West with it to get a Welding Jar. But I guess I also just get to, like, Academy Runes my Expedition map next turn. But they do have a window to draw Artifactate here. They get 2 draws, is it? Yeah, Rivulet is our win condition. Yeah, I could have gotten Darksteel, but like the Ensnaring Bridge is going to turn on the Mox anyways, so like that seems fine for me. Spin the wheel here, see what we get. That's unfortunate. I mean, I guess it's not that bad, right? I just like flip it. I take a 7-ball here and then flip it back on top. Oh, they have Scavenging Ooze. That's actually really bad for me. Huh. I think we might be dead, chat. I think we might be dead. I think I have to take a draw step here. Okay, I have to take a draw step. The problem with Ghost Quartering their green source is that I don't have mana to get the Ensnaring Bridge, chat. I don't have mana to get and cast the Ensnaring Bridge. So remember, the Mox Opal is off right now. The Mox Opal currently doesn't make mana. So if I burn this Ghost Quarter here, I have 3, and then I only have 1 2 mana left over. So I'm just gonna take a draw step. Right on time, Welding Jar. We can survive 1 more attack, that's true. We can, in fact, survive 1 more attack. Oh, you know what? I messed up here. I should have tech edged this and then activated Academy runes on my turn. Yeah, that's what should have happened. I should have tech edged this and then Academy runes on my turn. Yep. Now they have 2 green untapped. I'm not in bolt range. I have a Witchbane Orb. Oh, and I needed to do this during their upkeep. Yeah, my sequencing is just going to kill me here, right? Oh, I guess I Inventors Fair for a bridge. Inventors Fair for a bridge will do it. Yeah, Fair for a bridge is still an out. I have to crack my Inventors Fair now, though. I wouldn't have had to crack my Inventors Fair if I'd have sequenced better. Yeah. Yep. So my sequencing here was really muddy. Really muddy. So now I've burned my Fair, which is going to expose it to Scavenging Ooze when I didn't have to. So a lot of really small sequencing decisions that I made here that kind of caused this game to spiral out of control for me. And we're not 0% to win just yet, but we're getting lower. Definitely did not play to my outs here. We have Witchbane Orb in play, chat. We are not getting Thoughtseize. We are not getting Lightning Bolted. Those are things our opponent is not allowed to target us with. The deck has a lot going on. There's a lot of moving pieces, which is actually part of the reason I've been enjoying playing it. Like, getting to analyze every turn, the lots of little sequencing choices that I'm getting to make, where I could have, like, done things slightly differently, playing around what my opponent's doing, is really enjoyable, in my opinion. I didn't fetch Welding Jar. It just, they drew a, yep. Storm, Ad Nauseam, Tron. Damping Sphere is just going to be good in a lot of different places. There are a variety of places where it is reasonable. All right. I should just run the gambit that they don't have another basic forest, right? Yeah, I think so. I just want to keep all this stuff in my graveyard if possible here. They have 2 basic forests in their deck. All right, sure. Dead to a lot. Is what it is. Is what it is, what it is, was it isn't. Ancient Grudge you. Second Shock, play second Confidant. They must have hit an Ancient Grudge, right? What did they draw that they shocked? Huh. It's a pretty good one, chat. It's a pretty good one. Fuck am I doing with that? It's probably just Mox Opal or Welding Jar, right? It's probably just Welding Jar. Smells like Welding Jar. Oh, they shocked in second green. Got it. This gets X or less, so you should always whir for extra if you have nothing else going on to conceal what information you want. No, I'm going to do it in their upkeep in response to their Dark Confidant triggers. Is the optimal timing. Please flip Bloodbraid Elves and Thoughtseizes to your Dark Confidants. You want to whir before they draw more cards, because if I whir, they get a chance to destroy my bridge in response to the whir before I get the Welding Jar, and I actually don't have another bridge in my deck to go get right now. I've played through all 4 of them. It really is, Zach. They've drawn a lot of disruption, and we are still playing Magic the Gathering here. Like, they've drawn a lot of disruption. And the fact that we're still in this game in spite of myself missequencing is really powerful. I'm gonna time out the person that's an idiot. Why are you so loud? I don't understand. I don't know how the volume works on this computer. How does the volume work on this computer thing? I don't understand. The guy on my computer's too loud. How do I turn him down? Gotta make him more quiet. Getting Stone Rain there felt really bad, especially when we drew the 4-drop here. Like, I could see someone complaining that I'm too loud, like, if I had other audio going on, but I really don't. Untapped land. Good God, that was the single one of the 2 worst draws in our deck. God, that's fucking unfortunate. So we're dead because we're at 3 and they have 2 power guys. Yep, Wonder Mage got us. If I would have, and so like something that's really important to remember here. It looks like we got really unlucky, and in a way we did get a little bit unlucky. But the thing we have to remember is earlier in this game I sequenced incorrectly. That caused me to have to use my Inventors Fair as opposed to being able to use Academy runes. So if I would have sequenced better earlier in this game, I would still have an extra land in play. Now I'm just going to concede. So like, again, it's really easy to focus on like these last couple cards I drew at the end of the game looking like they're really unlucky and there was nothing I could do here. But that tiny decision I made where I missequenced my plays earlier in the game caused me to be behind a land, and being behind a land is what ultimately ended up losing me that game. So that loss was completely within my control. Yeah, and the fair would have been gaining me health through most of those turns on top of that. This deck is really sweet. At any rate, welcome to everybody that's hanging out here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be playing 4 more matches with this deck, and then we're going to be playing a couple matches with some other decks here tonight. If you're enjoying what you see, I do this full time here on Twitch. This is my job now. If you want to help me make more of this content, the best way you can do that is by subscribing on Twitch. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do it. You can also support my stuff by supporting my sponsors. mtgotraders.com would love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. And finally, this stream is made possible by viewers like Anoronix and you. Anoronix would like to remind you at the very least, please make sure you hit that follow button. That one doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live and with what. If you're not able to catch me when I go live, be sure you check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. I archive 100% of my streams there so you can catch up on anything that you might have missed on a day that you can't catch us live. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I know there's a lot of great Twitch streamers out there that you could be hanging out with, and I appreciate you choosing to spend part of your Wednesday here with us. Maybe Thursday in some parts of the world already. Heading into our second match here with the Prison deck. Sounds fine. Like, not exciting, but fine. This one. You should play this deck. The deck that I'm talking about having lots of really tiny micro decisions that add up. Which micro decision making deck should I play? Should I play the one you're currently playing? Yes. This deck has more micro decisions to it than any other deck I've played in Modern to date. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play the Sorcerous Spyglass here. Take a peek at what's in their hand. All right. This is actually, it looks like Kiki Chord, right? I think I'm gonna name Kiki Jiki. Or do I name Quasily Pride Mage? What do we think? Kiki Jiki or Quasily Pride Mage, chat? It's one of the two. Yeah, most of the people that play Chord play Magus in the main because Chord isn't a very good deck. How do you spell Quasali? There it is. I'm gonna name Quasali Pride Mage. Most people play Blood Moons in their Kiki deck because Kiki needs to try and steal some wins. It needs some freebies real bad. Howdy Apprentice. That's a good draw. So I'm gonna cast this. I'm gonna go get a basic island here. I'm currently just playing card for card a deck list that somebody else sent in still. When you're new to playing a deck, you should not try and make changes until you really understand all the pieces in it. So I'm probably going to play a minimum of at least one more league after this before I make any significant changes to the deck list. I think the only change I'm going to make for the next league, I think I'm going to wait till we have Damping Sphere before I play another league with this deck. Do we have any way to take Magus off the table? Do we? That's a good question. We don't, actually, right? Oh, engineered explosives. Yes, we have engineered explosives. Look at that. Chat's so much smarter and thinner than I am. We're gonna work for a bridge here, right? Cast my Chord of Calling. Oh, I probably wanted to EE before I were for the bridge. Mistakes were made, chat. It's fine. It's fine. We have 2 welding jars. It's fine. We have 2 welding jars. Everybody calm down. It's gonna be okay. Step. Yes, deal. I will take it. I will take it. I like the cut of the opponent's jib. You know, they're playing Kiki Chord. I wonder if they watch the stream. There's a non-zero chance they watch the stream, right? They know I value the quality of my life. Do we play Witchbane Orb? This card probably doesn't have text in this matchup, right? Oh, Torpor Orb's great. Yeah, Torpor Orb is real good. All right, what do I want to trim here? I definitely want these Aether Grids. I definitely want these Aether Grids. Padim could be okay. What do I want to trim now, though? Oh, Chalice of the Void seems like poop, right? Easy cut. Let's need to cut 2 more here. Torpor Orb is the absolute nutter butter, so that one's right. I'm gonna cut a Sorcerous Spyglass. Need 1 more trim here. Oh, Tormod's Crypt doesn't really do much, right? This deck beats Stony Silence by using Girapure Aether Grid. This deck also doesn't actually have that many activated artifact abilities. Yeah, opponent's deck is likely a Chord of Calling deck, so Grafdigger's Cage is good. Opponent's deck is likely a Chord of Calling deck, chat. I mean, sure, I guess. Got fast mana, chat. Now I just play the second Mox to activate the first Mox, right? That's how that works. Right? Chat? Anyone? Bueller? And there's so many Lotus Petals. How can we lose? All right. Yep. Sorry, my concede APM was a little bit slow there. I was taking in what had just occurred. I had to soak it up there for a second. That's how we lose. Yep. Oh no! Sideboard cards in Modern. Oh no! Oh no! I mean, this is a keep. Kataki Wars Wage is what happened. For those that blinked and are coming back now, that's what happened. We have Gear Appear Aether Grid, so if we can get Grid into play, we can beat Kataki. It's safe to assume you would play a donation deck if it is one you play for. Yeah, unless it's like a deck where the last time we finished playing it, I was like, I'm never touching this again. It's usually safe to assume that decks I've played more than once are safe donations again in the future. Don't Kataki me, bro. If they come out of the tank here and put a Kataki into play, I'm going to tilt out of my chair. This better, like, actually be a decision. You better have real choices over there, opponent. All right, God bless. For the record, having played the Kiki Chord side of matchups like this before, like against decks like Lantern and Prison decks, Kiki is very good against this style of deck. Very good. Oh, you know what? I should have played my other Ghost Quarter there, so I could play Darksteel Citadel and get 2 blue sources to transmute this Tolaria West next turn. It's definitely what I should have done. Build our own fetch land. Details on how donation decks work can be found at this URL, appropriately titled bit.ly/Google sellout. I'm gonna go get another blue source here. They would have been able to cast that even if I didn't field them because they have the fetch land, so that's fine. Belcher's much worse than Garapari third grade, in case you're just not being sarcastic about it. This deck's been a lot of fun. Has a ton of like really small decisions to give yourself lots of edges in different matchups. I've been enjoying it a lot. Yeah, I'm aware that I knew about the Unified Will. Do you have a suggestion on something? Should I not have played this out? Is that your argument? Is your argument that I shouldn't have played that out? I'm not sure I agree with that assessment. Am I just getting a Welding Jar here? I think I'm just getting a Welding Jar. Is I get Inventors Fair? Inventors Fair is decent. Yeah, I guess I get Inventors Fair. Should have put this into play because I have 3 artifacts. I missed a point of health here. Ipnu wins the game by milling your opponent for 4 cards every single turn. Walking Ballista seems like it could be an okay card. Walking Ballista kills Kataki and things like that. So Inventors Fair is going to get Crucible of Worlds, and then Crucible of Worlds lets us use Inventors Fair over and over and over again until our opponent finds some kind of graveyard hate. Mr. Tasty, you're the #1 streamer, both in our hearts and streaming magic on Twitch. Thank you very much for the 5-month resubscription. I really appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support what I do here, so thank you. Thank you for the continued support. It's a big one. Nahiri's pretty scary. Nahiri's gonna let them filter through a lot of cards here. It's a good draw. Gonna put all this stuff into play here. Nahiri actually makes Garapari Thurgrid a much worse draw, right? They could Stone Rain my Darksteel Citadel. That is an option for them. Hey, the Burning Pit with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support what I do here. So thank you. Nahiri can fetch Kataki. Wow. That's gross. The Kataki does go back to their hand though, so I'll get an extra turn. I will get an extra turn. Losing mana from my Darksteel Citadel really sucks for us. Really sucks. Tolaria West doesn't do anything useful at this point, right? Because they have Stony Silence out. I think I just play the Tolaria West out, right? Get Chalice for 2. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we can get Chalice for 2. I like that. I like that a lot. I boarded my Chalices out. I boarded my Chalices out. All right. Good. I think I need to get in the habit of never boarding all 4 Chalices out. The people that keep saying E for 2 are killing me. You really are. Come on, Smalls. Work with me, people. Work with me. Work with me, people. Found a piece of candy, chat. The problem is Nahiri can exile this. So now I just want to go get Pithing Needle for Nahiri. We just want a Pithing Needle Nahiri at this point. I was gonna go get Grafdigger's Cage, but Gear Repair Aether Grid changes things. I was gonna go get Grafdigger's Cage, but Gear Repair Aether Grid changes things. And by that, I mean we are still dead. Alright. No, I think getting Crucible is too slow. Artificer's Intuition is literally in my discard pile, chat. I understand what I'm doing. It's okay. Three, 4, 5, 6. So I can deal 3 damage with this Gear Repair Aether Grid. I don't think that's worthwhile. I don't want to just lose it to the Nahiri. I do have a second grid in my deck. We could try and cut them off white mana. Huh. We could go like kill your 3 mana creatures plus Ghost Quarter your planes. They might have 2 planes, but they almost certainly don't have 3. I mean, we're dead to Hierarch 9 turns from now. This deck plays Ghost Quarter because it's basically a fetch land with Darksteel Citadel. That's why the deck plays Ghost Quarter, chat. They have another one. If I draw Whir, I can get another blue with my Ghost Quarter, chat. Unified Will. I feel like I'm gonna clip this game to reference when people talk about Twitch chat being a tactical advantage. We're definitely behind right now, but this game is winnable until they find their Kataki or their tutor. Looks like a Quarter Calling. I mean, suggesting the Chalice for 2 line just ended up putting me a turn behind, is all that did. Alright, I'll concede to Kataki. This is what I get for joining a competitive league with this deck. I just should not gamble anymore. And just stick to the 8 ticket leagues because they're less gambling. Do a Google search, Crinzy. This is not Magic Google. Do some research. God helps those that help themselves. Yeah, but like if we 3-2, it's the same as 3-2ing an 8 ticket league, so it's just like less risk with the same reward. I'm actually super conservative when it comes to gambling compared to most Magic players. Most Magic players are like total degenerates. I'm fairly conservative. I have a family and a mortgage. Vampire Cutthroat. All right, we made it to the Vampire Cutthroat bracket, chat. Buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Y'all ready for this? What the fuck does Skulk do? Can't be blocked by creatures with... Actually, never seen that keyword before today. Actually have never read that keyword on a Magic card before today. All right, that's a lie. I've probably read it on a spoiler preview at one point. But like, yeah. Yeah, this is... And so again, like, this is actually a great example. Like, I just talked about not playing competitive leagues anymore because they're gambling. This is a competitive league. There are people that get up on their high horse ponies and trot into town and be like, you have to play the competitive leagues because they're better testing and stuff. My opponent went turn 1 Vampire Cutthroat, chap. Turn 1 Vampire Cutthroat. The average card quality and opponent quality in competitive leagues and friendly leagues has the same variation. It's the same. Does anyone have a link to this deck so I can know what to name with Pithing Needle? MTG, Goldfish, Black, White, Vampires, Modern. Correct, yeah, it's actually the only difference is the payouts. Is it Sorin? It's probably Sorin, right? Solemn Visitor, right? Captivating Vampire. That doesn't do anything against us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this Pithing Needle doesn't sacrifice a creature, put a 1/1 counter. I'm naming Indulgent Aristocrat, for there are one of those in their deck. Take that shot in the dark, chat. Take that shot in the dark. All right, so I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna discard this and go get a 0. 2 months, Jeff. Keep up the good work. Phoenix X30, thank you very much for the resubscription. I really appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support what I do here. So thanks for re-upping. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to keep doing what I do here. This is our second day playing the prison deck. We are 0-2 in this league. We had a close set against Jund, and we just got manhandled by Kiki Chord. Yeah. Kiki Chord into Vampires. This is a competitive league. In the friendly league that we played with this deck before, we played against what, like Burn twice and all these other tiered decks? There's a link to the Just Kite deck in the donation queue document. I finished in the top 1,000 for those that are wondering how I did with the Owl deck. Ipnu Rivulet is how our deck wins the game, chat. Alright, we're gonna try and not draw 2 lands here. Perfect. Perfect. Do I want to turn this into something else? I don't think so. I can get any of these. I don't think so. That's because we haven't won a match. We haven't played our win condition yet because we haven't won a match. Cut all of the random one-ofs that aren't good here. Chalice might not even be very good. I think I'd rather have Welding Jars. They're probably bringing ways to destroy our stuff. Honestly, Sun Droplet's probably not terrible. They're a pseudo-aggro deck. Bad Vindicate. Yeah, Spellskite sounds great. Padim's probably fine. Because this is a different deck than Lantern Control. That's like walking in and asking me why I'm playing this deck and not playing Burn. They're different decks. Alright, maybe that's not fair. It's like asking me why I'm playing this deck and not playing Affinity. They both have Darksteel Citadel, so they must be the same deck, right? A lot of people don't understand that just because decks share some cards doesn't make them the same deck. Not every Birds of Paradise deck is the same deck. Not every Ensnaring Bridge deck is the same deck. I think this is a Magic Online promo. I think it's from one of the master sets. Possess Portal is for combo decks, I believe, like Valakut. Every Ensnaring Bridge deck. That's basically what Twitch chat thinks. Since I've started playing this deck, that's the impression I've come away with, that every Ensnaring Bridge deck is Lantern Control. It seems okay. Sun Droplet's pretty good against aggro. Buy us some time. think I'm gonna hold this Tolaria West to transmute since I drew another blue source. I think Grid is worth the splash. I think the splash comes at a pretty low cost overall, and I think Aether Grid's probably very good in matchups like humans and other decks that have creatures in them, affinity, stuff like that, decks that play to the board very quickly. Yes, every deck with Ensnaring Bridge tries to implement the text on Ensnaring Bridge. That is a fair assessment. This is my prison. My prison is amazing. J Robes with the 3-month subscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support what I do here. Glimpse, you're always on point. What the fuck is that? As long as a top card and have flying. Well, that's terrifying. Oh man, we're dead, chat. All right, well, we tried. We gave it the old college best here. Welding Jar. I boarded an Aether Grid, right? Yes, I did. All right, so Anger and Grid do different things. Also, double red is hard. Double red is hard to get. I have a third blue source right here, chat. Third blue source right there. Yeah, we can bridge. We can bridge. Those thinking we can't bridge, you're wrong. I think I want to keep the red, though. I think I want to keep the red. So now I'm getting punished for not having played the Tolaria West. Because if I would have played the Tolaria West out instead of holding it, I would have been able to, I would have not had to Ghost Quarter myself here. Ipnu Rivulet, chat. Ipnu Rivulet's the win condition. When opponents don't just concede because they've had enough, Ipnu Rivulet is how we kill them. I enjoy playing this deck too. I'm having a lot of fun. What are we getting? What kind of candy do we want to get with this? I think it's just Inventors Fair, right? Let's put that one into play, start getting some more health. Am I just gonna play this out for 0? I might just play this out for 0 so they can't attack me. I could put the win condition as Ipnu Rivulet in bright flashing letters across the top of the screen, and people would still ask what the win condition was. I've streamed on Twitch before. I ain't new here. you should open MTG Goldfish and look at the deck list and look at what their prices are. And then you should proxy ones that are in your price range and play with them and see how they feel. All right. I would love for that. 12 more turns and our opponent's gonna die to this vampire lacerator here. My opponent just asked what my win con was, and I said right now it's your vampire. I don't think you need a main deck grid. Like, again, like, people, the thing people keep trying to like change in this deck is they keep trying to add win conditions. Your win condition is not losing the game. Just don't lose the game and you'll be fine. Seriously. Just you're gonna be okay. Just try not to lose and eventually you'll win. This is card for card, the deck we played on Monday. Backup bridge. Did you try and kill my Crucible of Worlds like a big meanie? They just took three turns off my clock. That was nice of them. You put a Chalice of the Void into play. And soon you'll get to play Damping Sphere. I'm excited to play Damping Sphere. I think Damping Sphere will make this deck much better. You also have things like Grafdigger's Cage. Nope, you just sacrifice Rivulet to itself. And then you keep replaying it with Crucible of Worlds. Opponent's had enough. Opponent save. The chokehold is been implemented. They're tapping out. Alright. Oh. Ipnu Rivulet. Along with, we beat Burn twice with this deck. In fact, the 2 times we've played against Burn with this deck, we beat them game 1. I'm hesitant to say this deck has a good Burn matchup, but I will say it has a winnable Burn matchup. I was cheating on you with Todd. That's okay. Todd's good people. You're also welcome to multi-twitch us. Sure, Todd and I will have downtime at different points. I should definitely wait to put this Chalice on 2, right? That's 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 I think I want to do. Pretty sure you want Chalice on 2 against Storm. Chalice on 1 and then Orb? Nah, I think I want a Chalice on 2. With Tormod's Crypt in play, I think we're okay here. Chalice on 1 generally doesn't actually do anything against Storm to, like, stop them from killing you. I suppose I can put Chalice on 1 here and then turn Bottled Cloister into another Chalice. Are there any other relevant 1s or 0s I can get here? Not really, right? Oboro is like a filter land. Oh, I can go get Cage. Yeah, let's do that, actually. I'm gonna ditch this Bottled Cloister. And I'll get Cage here. And then Cage lets me play Chalice for... Do I even want to put Chalice on 1? I don't really, right? Yeah, I'm just going to pass her. I'm still going to put it on 2. Am I dead? Yeah, some of them have goblins. Some of them have empty in the main. Some of them also have repeal. Getting remanded. Hopefully this is Manamorphose and not remand. Oh, it's remand. Tilt. It's pretty hard for them to go off through Cage too here, so we got that going for us as well. Oh, it is Manamorphose. Sweet. Hopefully this resolves. No, it is not. Spirit Guide and Mox Opal are 2 of the most offensive cards in Modern, right after Blood Moon and Tron lands. They could attack us a bunch, you're not wrong. We can't go get Bridge. This only gets cards that cost 1 or less. It can discard any cost thing, but it requires 1 or less. I mean, to be fair, Richard Garfield intended fast mana to exist in Magic. He invented the original Mox, right? I think a Street Wraith is a card I find obnoxious too, but I think it's less obnoxious than fast mana. And is this the cast Gifts Ungiven Concede? Yeah, I'm expecting this to be a concession gifts, right? All right, they're gonna fight it out, I guess. So ditch this, ditch this. So fun fact, when Richard Garfield designed Magic, he designed those certain cards knowing they were too powerful because he didn't expect people to trade cards aggressively and have a bunch of 4-ofs. Like, originally Magic didn't have a 4x rule, right? Like, he thought by making certain cards more rare than others, it would be difficult for people to get enough of them to like do really busted things with them. I think this deck's really sweet. It's got a lot of awesome lines in it. It does genuinely powerful things. Bottled Cloister keeps our hand empty for Ensnaring Bridge. Richard Garfield didn't realize he was inventing a game with a secondary market is basically what it comes down to. This is game one. This is game one. I talk about Mox Amber in my article that will go up on Gathering Magic on Friday. If you're one of my subscribers, I posted a preview of that article in my subscribers Discord in the article previews channel. Feel free to check that out. For everyone else, gatheringmagic.com, Friday 11 a.m. Eastern, I believe. You have to sub using the browser on mobile. You have to sub using this link in your browser. Man, they are on the slow grind plan. Yep. I think I just want to draw a card here. I don't think there's any 0s or 1s that I want to get. The Burn Pit with the $100 donation. 2 decks, 3 leagues each, please. Love the content. Extra democracy included. Yeah, that sounds right. Make sure you message me. Oh, yeah, you did message me. Look at that. Thank you very much for the next donation, and I will get those added into the queue. What are they? You asked about things I've played before. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. Sweet. The Torpor Orbs for stopping creatures with come into play effects. It's pretty good against humans. Makes their aggression much worse. All the creatures that get really large and humans really quickly get slowed down by Torpor Orb. He donated for they donated for 3 leagues with red-black Reanimator and 3 leagues with black-green Midrange and Modern. Are we gonna get grape shotted here? Well, we have Witchbane Orb, so we're not getting grape shotted, right? Is this gonna be empty the Warrens? Bolting themselves? Smells like empty, right? Okay. We need a bridge now. We need a bridge now. No, I'd play Storm. I just don't think it's particularly good. So the problem with getting EE is that it kills my Chalice. The problem with getting EE is that it kills my Chalice and my Mox, right? But I think that's the line still. Inventors Fair is too slow, right? If I pay 3 and discard this, I get Fair, and then next turn I have 1, 2, 3, 4 plus Fair. Oh wait, if I do this, and then I can play Crucible, put this into play, and then next turn I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus Inventors Fair to put into play, and then Inventors Fair costs 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have 3 to cast the... But that requires me to draw a 0 mana artifact. I need a blue mana to pitch Crucible, unfortunately, so that's not an option. I guess I could Ghost Quarter myself. I could Ghost Quarter myself for the blue mana. Yeah, my top deck would have to be 0 for that line to work. I really don't want to lose my Chalice on 2, but maybe with Cage plus Witchbane Orb, I can afford to lose the Chalice on 2. All right, so I'm gonna do this, discard this, get a Welding Jar, play Welding Jar, sacrifice Welding Jar, targeting Chalice of the Void, Tormod's Crypt you, play this, blow this up, go. That was a turn. That was a turn. Yeah, I can runes back my stuff. Yeah, they've had enough. Opponent in chat. Ah, well, you can't say I didn't try. You are not wrong, opponent. The record shall reflect that you gave it the college best. The record shall reflect that you tried. You most certainly tried. All right, playing this at the GP, glad to see you play it. Punishing Waterfalls, thanks for the 4-month resub. Welcome back. This is a Possessed Portal matchup, right? This is a Possessed Portal matchup. That's probably a Padim matchup. I need 2 cuts here. Oh, Padim Shop's Shattering Spree, yep. Probably not Tez. I'm leaving 1 explosives, and I don't think I need both. I have lots of ways to get explosives should we need it. Yeah, Spellskite fogs a Shattering Spree. Cut a bunch of bridges. Yes, that makes sense. That makes complete and total sense, actually. You don't play Padim in your main because everyone in Modern has a bunch of creature removal, and you don't want to turn their creature removal on. You don't want to turn their creature removal on. That's fine. Like, not exciting, but fine. It's a little bit soft if they have a super fast hand, but it's got, like, Opal plus Citadel, so it seems good. put the Spellskite into play. Go. So I can't whir next turn regardless, so I'm gonna go ahead and crack this. So I need trip blue to do this. We could die here. We could definitely die here. Maybe I'm supposed to mulligan a little bit more aggressively. Maybe I got kind of blindsided by the fact that I could turn on Mox early, but I didn't have any hate cards. Like, not having interaction by turn 3 is pretty bad. Or by turn 2. Yeah, I believe they're just regular gifts pile kills this year. Just ritual, Manamorphose, plus thing. Yeah, I think I think this keep was bad. They must have the Past in Flames in their hand or another Grape Shot already. That keep was bad. I should mulligan more aggressively. Nah, I don't, like, I value my time more than this. I'm not gonna sit here and, like, hope my opponent messes up. Like, let's just move on to the next game. This hand doesn't interact until turn 3. Tell me how I was supposed to tutor for Grafdigger's Cage. Tell me how I was supposed to tutor for Grafdigger's Cage, and I'll tell you why you're wrong. His hand puts Cage into play on 3. That's probably fast enough, right? Artificer's intuition is probably pretty good, right? Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. There are way too many people that stream on Twitch that, like, sit there hoping their opponent messes up, or, like, are definitively dead and, like, hoping for the misclick and, like, spending 5 minutes of their life. Like, I value my time and your time way more than that. It doesn't create an enjoyable stream experience, in my opinion. Joke's on you, I don't value my time at all. God bless. God bless. It's a pretty good one. I don't want to discard here. It's probably the Bauble, right? It's probably the Bauble. It's Bauble, get Cage. Is it Bridge? This is the only Bridge in my deck, but I feel like that's probably not going to be relevant. Oh, I have Academy runes too. Derp. Oh, I can go get EE too? Yeah, that's true. That's true. My time feels so valued at your side. Thanks for the bits, Pinky. I can just Chalice them for 2 next turn. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pass here, right? And then next turn I can Chalice them for 2. Depending on what they do here. We also have the option to go like not discard and go like Bauble, Opal, Ghost Quarter, cast Tezzeret. I think the Possess Portal is only really important if you're expecting a lot of Valakut, Hat Crab. I think Valakut's the matchup where you really want that style of card. No, I think I want to turn this Mishra's Bauble into a Chalice here. Pretty sure I want to turn this into a Chalice. Find your buddy that plays EDH. They'll have a Possess Portal. Dig in for that remand. So they like have a card on top that they kind of want here, but it's not remand, so they're not sure if they want to push it. They went top. Gifts resolves. So we can play Mox Opal, bin the Mishra's Bauble to the Intuition, and go get a Welding Jar and play Welding Jar out. Yeah, I agree. Then this deck is proactive disruption, so even for inexperienced players, it's a lot more obvious when the game is actually over with this deck, as opposed to when the game is over while playing Lantern Control. Through Leyline, rest in peace, and Stony. Any tip for a modern player trying to get into Legacy? Don't. Deathrite Shaman is miserable. The actual answer is just like, proxy a lot and open your wallet. Proxy a lot and open your wallet. It's an expensive format. Just like when you're getting into Modern, try before you buy. Go. What are we doing with Tezzeret next turn, chat? Look, if you're gonna get into a long-term relationship without trying it before you buy it, that's probably just a bad idea. It's probably a bad idea. But Christy and I, we shacked up together. We shacked up together for a while before we got married. What was it probably, all right, we've been married for almost 5 years. We started dating, yeah, we lived together for over a year before we got married. I guess Spellskite blocks, right? And it's pretty good against Shattering Spree. So, the big advantage to Witchbane Orb is that Tezzeret gets Witchbane Orb right off the bat. So, like, you can play a Tezzeret and immediately put it into your discard pile and get Witchbane Orb. You can't do that with Orbs of Warding. Oh my god, there's a Grafdigger's Cage! Oh my god, chat! Oh, there's a Grafdigger's Cage! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Chat is such a competitive advantage. It's completely unfair. Completely unreasonable. Completely unreasonable. Somebody please ban Twitch chat. They're cheating for me. Trusting Twitch chat. Someone, I was just like, what do we get with Tezzeret? Someone's like, Spellskite. I was like, yeah, Spellskite sounds fucking great. Let's get a Spellskite. Clearly, we've been outplayed. I did this to myself. This is why YouTube comments are disabled, yep. You're playing prison, karma is kicking back. We're in an okay spot still. We're in an okay spot. We're not in a good spot, but we're in an okay spot. I just play what people pay me to play. The White Ninja. It's so easy when people ask why I play the things I play now. It's just like, well, I was sent the most money to play that one. So that's why we're playing it. Alright, well... Bin, empty, bin, serum visions, sure. We've been sitting for a little bit. Let's stand up. Ugh. Enjoy the ride, chat. Enjoy the ride. Oh. Oh no! They're gonna kill our Tezzeret. That's sad. I liked my Tezzeret. Alright. Because I know somebody is about to ask. The reason why I'm not going to play the Chalice of the Void for 1 is because my Chalice of the Void for 2 will counter it. So before anybody asks, that's why I'm not putting Chalice on 1. That's why I'm not I got there before you, Punishing Waterfalls. I got there myself. I know I don't have the most pristine record right now, but I did make it to that one myself. I would like the record to reflect. I'd like the record to reflect I made it there on my own. All right, so what can I do? Do I just want a Darksteel Citadel? I could turn Chalice into Crypt. Do I just want a second Chalice on 2? I'm just gonna put a second Chalice on 2. Because Chalice on 2 cuts off Echoing Truth as a card they can cast. So putting a second Chalice into play on 2 is valuable. This plays around Repeal, this plays around Wipe Away, so I think putting a second Chalice on 2 is good. Chalice did counter Grape Shot, it didn't counter the Storm copies. I could play Crucible and go Chord myself, that's a line too. I think I just want to, like, again, how do I lose the game? The answer to how do I lose the game is my opponent gets rid of my Chalice and then combos me, so let's, like, put another Chalice out. I need to run to the restroom really quick, I'll be right back. Didn't miss anything. Look at that. How long is this league? We're only in match 4 and we've been playing this league for 2 hours. Good lord. All right, what are we thinking? What are we thinking, OP? What's going on, Zubrin? Witchbane Orb. Okay. That's getting closer to this being a lock, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna slam that. Just keep locking it up. Get rid of all those curses. Wipe them out. I think my favorite thing about this deck is my opponents are always down on clock against me. I hope one day to have Vigilance and Lifelink. Sharp Object with a 2-month sub. Thank you very much for putting your subscription towards my channel again this month. There's a lot of excellent people out there. Yeah, we have Padim. I also have a copy of, oh no, is this a Shattering Spree? We're going after the cage here. So they get to kill 2 of my things here, right? Wait, okay, so they're letting me pick which one I save here. They're letting me pick which one I save here. So I guess I want to keep a Chalice on 2, right? Because I don't want to get remanded out of the game. I want to keep a Chalice on 2 here. Yeah, and then we can just Academy Runes the cage back. Put it back into play here in a second. My opponent said they messed up their Shattering Spree. I'm inclined to agree. Chalice is tapped though, right? So opponent done busted up 3 of my things. A Bash Gooder with the 4-month resubscription. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. And we draw it for the turn, put this into play. I hope this Burrell kills us. Stop it. I have an Ensnaring Bridge right there. We are, in fact, in the same match still, Bob. This league's been going on for over... We're looking... This is like the first 3-hour league we've played in a long time. It's going to be the first 3-hour league we played in a long time if we win this match. Turn our Crucible into a jar. Maybe. If they have another Shattering Spree, getting 1 jar doesn't really do anything for me. So I think I just want to wait. Opponent said GG, so are we escaping this hell? We have in fact escaped this hell. If you were enjoying that hell, don't go anywhere. We've got one more match to play. I would just like to say before we start that match, welcome to everyone that's hanging out. I really appreciate everybody stopping in tonight. Got a little over 1,100 people watching Magic the Gathering here with me. Who am I? My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. If you're enjoying my content and you want to help me make more of this, the best way you can do that is by subscribing on Twitch. If you're one of the many people in the world that has Amazon Prime, that means you have Twitch Prime included for free if you link those accounts. And Twitch Prime gives you a free channel subscription included with the cost of your Prime to a streamer of your choice every single month. It supports their content just like a normal subscription does. You can also support my stuff by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. And finally, this stream is made possible by viewers like Adironics and you. Adironics like to remind you at the very least, make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live and with what. I always try and put the names of the decks that we're going to be playing on a given day in the stream title so you can kind of get a heads up on what we're going to be playing. If you can't catch me live on that given day, be sure to check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. All of my streams get archived there, and I break them up by decks so you can watch just the ones that you care about. For instance, if you think this Blue-Red Prison deck is kind of sweet and you want to see more matches with this, there's a league we played with this deck a couple of nights ago up there on my YouTube, so 5 more matches on there at the very least. And we're definitely going to be playing this deck some more in the future. I'm excited to add Damping Sphere to the list of Whir of Invention tutor targets. Another nail in the storm coffin, so to speak. I mean, sure. I'm really, one of the things that I'm really still grasping at is like, what are the range of keepable hands in this deck? Because I'm genuinely uncertain, like, is this a mulligan? I'm not actually sure. I'm not actually sure if this is supposed to be a mulligan or not. I feel like it's a keep, but again, just genuinely no idea. Explanations behind those decisions. That being said, I would hate to play this deck. I would hate playing against it. Yep. Yeah, and honestly, I really like this style of deck. This is a toolbox deck. It's a prison deck, but it's also a toolbox deck, right? And toolbox decks I personally find enjoyable to play. It's why I played Kiki Chord for so long. That's a fair assessment, Zach. No tutor, no bridge. Like, don't keep 7s without tutor or bridge. I mean, we could be playing against Burning Inquiry deck too, so like maybe our opening hand won't be our hand here. Adironics is a viewer just like you. A viewer that makes this stream possible, just like you do. He just makes it a little bit more possible because he contributes a sizable amount. The toolbox of Satan. This Chalice is pretty dope. It's pretty good in this matchup, I think, in general. Deck's new name, Satan's Toolbox. I'm feeling it. I feel like Satan's Toolbox is probably pretty decent place to start. Trigger. They're just putting cards in their graveyard for a delve threat here. So it doesn't surprise me to see them cast 1 mana spells into the Chalice. The Oboro is basically a filter land if you haven't already played a land drop for the turn. So you can make blue with this, use colorless off a Darksteel Citadel to return this to your hand, and then replay it making blue again. So land drop plus a colorless land lets you filter. It's also a blue source that doesn't get choked. But the primary reason the Oboro is in the deck is because it's a filter land, basically. And there's our Whir of Invention for our bridge. So I'm going to go ahead and Field of Ruin them at their end of turn to get an island. We'll play Oboro, and then we'll Whir of Invention for a bridge next turn. I'm calling it Oboro, Zach. You've been here long enough. You should know this is a losing battle. You should understand that you can't win the Jeff pronounces a card battle. Yes, it's better than Cascade Bluffs because it doesn't require colored mana. It can filter from a Darksteel Citadel. That is exactly correct. Yeah, if they don't have a main deck K command, they should just be pretty cold here. Crack my Evolving Wilds really quick here. Or we could draw that, you know. Man, remember when that Zach L6 said we should have mulliganed this hand? Remember when he was like, you don't have any of the stuff you need? Zach didn't trust in the heart of the cards. Zach just had to believe. Zach needed a little bit of faith. A little bit of faith. You get by with a little help from my friends. We get high with a little help from my friends. We're gonna go get Bottled Cloister next turn, right? You gotta have faith. You just gotta believe, chat. Do you believe? Can you taste it, Mr. Krabs? All right, so I want all of these things. Spyglass and Pithing Needle are pretty bad. Tezzeret's probably slow. I think Engineered Explosives is slow. Look at that. That's super clean. Do I want Padim over one of these cards that I have right now? Maybe. The Expedition maps are kind of slow and clunky. Maybe I want a Padim in. Yeah, 4 jars is great. 4 jars is great. I agree. Maybe this is too many expensive things and I want the maps. Needle Stopping Phoenix is a little bit narrow. I've got Crypt and Cage for that. And maybe I'm just gonna do this. How do you feel about this? Is this a Padim matchup? I'm just kind of scared to have this many 4-ofs. Oh, they cite an Ancient Grudge. I guess that's fair. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I don't think I ever want Engineered Explosives. I know I'm gonna get punished for boarding it out and like really wanting it now, but like I feel like I never do. Yeah, any Grudge matchup's probably automatically a Padim matchup. I think this is it. I think this is what I want. They play Leyline of the Void in the board. Alright, so maybe I want an actual win condition. If they have Leyline and they board it in against us, I want this Tezzeret. Bring in 1 grid. We need a Tezzeret or a Garrett Aether grid to win through. I'm gonna cut another map. Map's really slow. I'm gonna do this. Let's see how it feels. We're up a game. We've got some space to play fast and loose, chat. We have space to play fast and loose. I mean, I have a Mox Opal that's turned on. I think I'm keeping this just because it's functional and my opponent's playing Burning Inquiry. I don't even know what 2 of these cards are. It could be anything. I want to say thank you because due to your streams and YouTube videos helped me understand playing Magic more and understanding complex lines. Well, thank you for the support, Camo. I'm glad you're getting something out of it. We discard Bauble. Why do I want to get mapped? That sounds really slow. Honestly, I wasn't even sure I should have left this card in my deck. I think I want to just cycle these. Maybe not both. I'm going to cycle one of them. I'm going to cycle one of these here. They mulliganed to 6 and didn't have a turn 1 play, so I feel like they probably have a powerful hate card in their hand. Like, would not be surprised to get Ancient Grudge early this game. Well then. Yep, or that. Or that. This was technically only a 1-for-1. They technically traded their EE for my Welding Jar. So, like, I think we came out okay on that. I'm gonna play this and then pass the turn. I'm pretty sure I just want to like curve bridge into Padim here. Okay. That's interesting. Now I'm really sad that I didn't leave more maps in, I guess. Well, we're 1 artifact away from getting to Padim, right? We're 2-2 and we're up a game in this 5th match. I've been playing this league for 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's the longest league I've played in a very long time. I can't cast this card, chat. I don't have blue mana currently. Stop it. You wanted to play around Blood Moon out of our deck that like has a bunch of basics in it. Stop it. That actually lets us cast Padim though, right? Because it's still an artifact. Ding. Nice Blood Moon. Wait. This stops them from flashing back Ancient Grudge, right? Right? This stops them from flashing back Ancient Grudge? I guess this makes casting Whir harder. Usually they just have a Stomping Ground. Usually they just have a singleton stomping ground. It is. We have Bottled Cloister in our deck to combo with this. I have a Tezzeret in my deck. Yeah, I have a Tezzeret in my deck. That can be a win condition. Alright, so I'm gonna play another one of these and keep the new one. And then I'm gonna activate this, discard this, go get... I have one Expedition map in my deck right now, I believe. Often one Expedition map. So get Island, play Island here. Now I can play Tezzeret if I draw it. Still can't whir until we draw another island. That was a decent turn for us. Five mana 4/4. Gotta keep the Pithing at bay. Gotta be real scared of the Pithing. Gotta put the 5 mana 4/4 out. People talking about win conditions right there, chat. Win condition is proud and in play. Alright, that currently doesn't do anything. So, how many more islands in our deck? We've got 3 more, and we're drawing 2 cards a turn. I don't have another Expedition map, so if we draw an artifact, I can't turn that into a... into another island, unfortunately. I can transmute for another Opal, yeah, that's true. So worst case scenario here is we keep drawing non-basic island lands, and eventually that lets them attack with their 5/5. But I feel like we have a lot of time right now, right? Witchbane Orb, sign me up for that one. Almost time for a moto restart. Yep, using over 2 gigs of RAM, probably after this match. Ding, ding, bum 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 bum. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. Would you like an apple pie with that? Would you like an apple pie with that? Doom, 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 doom. Bottled Cloister, chat. Bottled Cloister, here we come. Let's go. Let's go. Where's my Cloister? There's my Cloister. All right. Casual draw 3 every turn. Should have boarded in Possessed Portal. Is there any reason not to put a Chalice on 1? I should actually probably put Chalice on 2, right? They're out here. No, Chalice on 1 probably stops them from killing Pithing, right? Chalice on 1 probably cuts their way to kill Pithing. Yeah, I didn't board in an Aether Grid, so if our Tezzeret's really low down, oh, I guess I can get Engineered Explosives, right? I can get Engineered Explosives and kill their Blood Moon that way. It's fine. It's fine. We found the Tez. It's cool. It's cool, chat. We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray! We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray! Do 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 do. Oh, I boarded out my E's, didn't I? Yeah, I did. All right. It's fine. It's fine. Tezzeret's here, chat. Oh, I should have kept a card in my hand, right? So I could attack next turn. Artifacts you control become 5/5s until end of turn. Yeah. I need to draw. Well, I'm going to draw 3 cards. Yeah, I probably should have put the Chalice on 2. So I should have held that Chalice so that way I could attack next turn. This is a good example of my opponent not valuing their time here. This is a real good example of an opponent who doesn't value their time. Hi, wife.
My mom brought you a present.
What is it? Oh, it's chocolate?
And a Velcro ball catch thing.
A Velcro ball catch thing. Doesn't she know I'm not coordinated enough for that?
Yeah.
Do you have dinner plans?
She wants to go out to eat. Do you want to end early and go? Do you want to bring you something back, or do you want to eat what's in the fridge?
Bring me something back.
Okay.
Chat, my mother-in-law brought chocolates. It's fine. I've got 17 minutes. My opponent very clearly doesn't value their time. Look at this. Look at this box.
They were wrapped all fancy.
They were wrapped all fancy.
They're probably gross.
Probably delicious. You're so picky.
Ew, they look gross. I bet they have gross filling.
Wax Papers, thank you for the cupcake bits.
The boys are outside coloring with chalk. It's really cute.
I was like, why can't I activate this? We were... All right. So... we got pretty hosed by Kiki Chord. I'm not sure there's anything we could do about that. The Jund matchup was close, and I definitely punted. So I think you can definitely go back and watch that Jund matchup and learn a lot. This league took 2.5 hours. Let's play something much faster. If you want to see more of this deck, check out my YouTube channel. Reset Magic Online. Good call. We're going to play some Jeskai Queller, Jeskai Burn, whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to play some Grixis Kiki if time permits. We'll get to the Bees deck by this weekend, Zach, I promise. UR Prison is good value for our donation money, right? All right, we're restarted. Let's pull up this Jeskai deck. The real question is, how many of these chocolates is my fat ass going to eat? Probably too many of them. Yeah, I agree, Gorzex. This deck is on the short list of things that I'm considering putting up a donation goal to take to an open. Where are we at? Just got control. I don't want to challenge Twitch chat with eating, because they really will make me eat all the chocolates. I don't want to throw up. That sounds unpleasant. All right. You can see I'm missing some of the cards from this deck, so I'm going to go get them from MTG.